What are you doing?
I'm dancing to the theme music. Come on. I'm in a good mood today.
Down the road we go, Thursday, the 14th day of December, 2017. Wake up. Wenatchee Valley, we mean that literally and figuratively. That's the name of this program. I am Dan Kuntz, your host. Steve Hare, our news director, to my immediate left. Kat is driving the bus in the control room, and we're ready to go. How are you?
Great.
Good.
How about you?
Good. I'm doing well. It's been a good week.
Wonderful, with a wonderful, beautiful morning.
Yeah. Life is good. I got no complaints at all. I got some more Christmas shopping done yesterday.
Wow. What'd you get me?
I can't tell you. You'll find out on Christmas morning when you open up your present. But I have got that warm feeling because we do a family draw, and I drew 2 family members, and I know I got them exactly what they wanted. Yeah, you do your research, you do your homework, but when you go out and you get a gift that you know the person who's going to get the gift from you is going to love it, makes you feel good. That's one of the things.
There are some relatives that go out, they say, well, geez, I have to get them something.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't put much thought into it. That's why you end up with those socks and the sweaters and the ugly ties and stuff. You know?
Well, I got you a pair of socks, a sweater, and an ugly tie,
Steve. Well, it better be expensive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I spent thousands of dollars on you. Thousands of dollars on you. And if my bank is watching, hold payment on that check, please. It is 2 minutes after the hour. We got a great show for you today. We got news with Steve. We got a lot of news to get to. Link has decided to pull back a little bit. That'll be Steve's top story here in just a couple minutes. We also have sports. Eric Granstrom was a busy guy putting all the sports together for you. That's coming up. The obscure holiday today in history. We have birthdays. We'll profile our local business of the day. We'll talk about the WUWV Community Toy Drive. Everyone is entitled to Mike Benatti's opinion. And in the second half of this program, Tom Nees, the executive director of Serve Wenatchee Valley. We have 4 recipients of the WUWV Community Toy Drive. We're going to get all these toys that we've been gathering over the last few weeks. And that's one of them. So I invited Tom to come on the show, and he said he would. So Tom's a regular guest.
Pleasure.
Yeah, it's always good to see Tom. My hair looks frizzy today, doesn't it? It looks frizzy. I'm trying this new shampoo, and I don't like it.
Is that yours?
My hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the real deal. I don't wear a rug, but it looks frizzy to me today. Does it look frizzy? I don't know.
Bit.
It just does. I'm trying a new shampoo, and I'm not liking it.
I like the accent, though.
What accent?
A little streak that you have.
That's called gray hair.
Oh, okay.
That's what that's called. There it is. I got frizzy hair. I'm going back. I'm getting rid of the shampoo, and I'm going to go back to the real poo I've been using for years. All right, let's go around.
Try some dietetic shampoo. It's great for fat heads.
Jeez. Oh, you sure you want to do the news, Steve? Let's go around the Wenatchee Valley in north central Washington with our Valley View cameras. Not bad. It's a little cloudier and foggier than it was yesterday. We had a nice day yesterday. Sun came out. It was very pleasant. Most of the lowlands around eastern Washington, though, we're going right back to the clouds and the fog. The air stagnation advisory remains in effect until 10 o'clock on Friday. And Steve, can you speak to the burn ban? I'm assuming that's still on the table.
Yeah,
okay.
It's still going on. They were hoping to be able to maybe lift it by week's end, but as long as we have the stagnant air, it's going to remain in place.
Forecast is coming up. We have a slight chance of some freezing rain. We had a chance overnight tonight into tomorrow. It's a chance. We have a graphic we're going to show you here in just a couple minutes. There is a change coming in the weather forecast. So good morning, Wenatchee. Welcome to this program. Let's go to camera number 2. And that's Leavenworth. That's Rock Island. See? Rock Island. Told you I was right.
Somebody's heading up Batterman Road there.
Yep. Rock Island Golf Course is right there. Of course, the Rock Island Ponds, beautiful downtown Rock Island, the Rock Island Hilton, the Rock Island International Airport, the Rock Island Visitors and Convention Center, all there in your shot. A little foggy, but it's good to have Rock Island on board.
It's a golf course in the foreground, isn't it?
Yep, that's the golf course. I have 3-putted on those fine greens on many occasions. Boy, did they improve that golf course. They really did. They did a great job when they expanded it to that second 9 on the back 9. All right, let's go to camera number 3. And that is Olney Garden.
Oh, yes.
Good morning.
Pretty good volume of traffic heading over the Old Bastion Bridge this morning.
No real problems. It's still early. It's very early in the morning. So it's a beautiful day. It's gorgeous. I love where we live. This is God's country.
It really is.
It really is. You're not going anywhere, I hope, Steve, right?
No.
At least for the next 20 minutes, you got news to do. And finally, camera 4. Let's find out together. I'm so excited. I can hardly contain myself. Oh, look at that. That is Monitor? Yes, I got it right. Monitor. So that's Highway 297, Steve. You see at the bottom of your screen, people driving in.
The Monitor flat.
Yep, driving in from Cashmere. Cashmere is the big bright cloud you see there. and people cruising in from Cashmere into Wenatchee to go to work. A lot of people do that, of course. So good morning, Cashmere.
And the greater Monitor metropolitan area.
The greater Monitor metropolitan area, which is just exploding in popularity. It really is. We are the #1 rated local morning television show in Monitor.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just got the Nielsen's in, and we are so excited.
Still got to do a little work, though, to pick up those ratings up in Ardmore.
Ardmore, yeah, I don't know what's going on. We're like 4th in the market up there in Ardmore. I don't know why that's the case. We mention them all the time. You know, I don't get it.
Yeah.
So,
well.
you folks at Ardmore and Annie, tune into this program before Disney buys this station. 6 minutes after the hour. Let's take a look at your weather forecast from the National Weather Service. Right back to the clouds. Had a beautiful day yesterday. We're right back to the clouds today. High of 34. Again, very little temperature variation, but just a gradual warming trend, little after little after little. The high pressure ridge is going to do two things, Steve. It's going to flatten out and it's going to move, and that's going to allow some change in the weather. We need it. We need to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, the sun's looking a little bashful behind the clouds there, isn't it?
Hey, I'll take a little bit of sun as opposed to no sun at all. That's always been my trade-off. If it's sunny and 25 degrees or cloudy and 40, I'll take the sun and 25 any day of the week. So there you go, just gradually warming up. Sunday could see a flake or two, and I'm talking about snowflakes, not us. Just a slight chance of snow, just so itty-bitty. Outside of that, there's not a lot of precipitation, except there's one thing I want to point out. The National Weather Service sent us this little slide, Steve, about an hour and a half ago. That's your chance of some freezing rain. You notice most of it is down there in the Columbia Basin. You go from Moses Lake to Ritzville and then down to the Tri-Cities. But you see that little sliver of pink for the Wenatchee foothills. So we could get a little bit of light freezing rain Friday morning into Friday afternoon.
Haven't had a chance to test out my new truck there in the slick road conditions.
Well,
so.
let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So again,
just don't get in front of me.
It's just the slightest chance, but it's enough that we needed to mention it. Friday morning into early afternoon, some precipitate. Of course, the warmer air is up above. What's going to happen is it's going to fall as rain above us. It's going to go through that cold air, and it could hit the ground as freezing rain. I just don't think it's going to happen. But the National Weather Service says about a 20% chance, so we're going to put it up there anyway. So there's your forecast for the Wenatchee Valley, most of north central Washington mountain passes. No problems at all. We haven't had a traction tire advisory or a restriction for all week.
That's okay with me.
Yep, no problems at all. No advisories, no restrictions. I-90 roadways bare and dry. You'll deal with some light fog, and that's about it. Stevens looks fine as well. No advisories, no restrictions, bare and dry. Frost and ice in places. Clear skies for the most part. Patchy fog here and there on Stevens Pass. Clear skies with some patchy fog on Blewett Pass. But again, no advisories, no restrictions on Blewett. Things are looking good. Things are going to stay good. Weather forecast for the mountain passes today. Sunshine. Highs will be in the lower 30s. Tonight, they could get some rain. No snow, but rain is in the forecast tonight for the mountain passes. And an overnight low of about 26. Rain possible on Friday, a rain-snow mix on Friday night. Saturday it could switch over to snow. There's about a 40% chance of snow from Saturday into Sunday off and on. They're talking about an inch here, inch there. No significant snowfall, certainly not enough to make anybody really concerned.
Ran into Josh Jorgensen from Mission Ridge yesterday at the chamber function, and he was telling me that this week they've been able to get those temperatures down sufficiently enough that they can make their own snow. So looks like they'll be skiing up on the ridge this weekend.
Good. How is Josh doing?
Doing really good.
Good, good. So there you go. That's your forecast. That's your past report as we ease our way into a Thursday morning, the 14th day of December. 9 minutes after the hour, quick 1 minute break. News, you want it? You're going to get it with this guy in 1 minute. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We're broadcasting live from Studio 10 in downtown Wenatchee on the NCW Live channel.
If you are looking for dependable car service and repair, visit the good guys at Quick Lube and Tune. They've been keeping cars and trucks in the Wenatchee Valley running smooth for 35 years. Quick Lube and Tune is your hometown shop for a 10-minute oil change, complete tune-ups, alignments, brakes, mufflers, air conditioning service, and more. Get more life out of your vehicle by bringing it to the local guys you can trust at Quick Lube and Tune on South Wenatchee Avenue.
We've been in the cleaning industry for over 10 years, and we notice a need in the housing market for reliable, professional, and specialized cleaning and finishing company.
They come in with spunk and personality, a lot of energy, and they take pride in their business.
We offer a wide array of cleaning solutions, no matter how big or small the job. Anything from new construction to move-in, move-outs, we do it all. Give us a call today to see how we can help you with your cleanup.
And now it's time for your local news update with Steve Hare.
And we're back. Welcome to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley for this Thursday morning. Here's what's happening around north central Washington news-wise. First of all, voters in Chelan and Douglas County will not be asked in February for a sales tax increase to pay for expanded public transit services. Link Transit's board of directors decided this week to cancel the special election previously set for February 13th and instead considered delaying it until later in the year. Link officials say they need more time to plan an informational campaign before asking voters for a phased increase in the sales tax. Directors had proposed a 0.2% increase over the next 2 years to raise $6 million for more bus routes and increase the frequency of trips on some routes. The board will reconsider that issue at a meeting in January. Also, an overflow, you might describe it as a fired-up crowd, packed a small conference room at the Wenatchee Community Center last night to listen to a presentation on the controversial Black Rock Terrace Estates development. The plan is to divide 13 acres into 17 home sites about 3/4 of a mile north of the base of Saddle Rock and next to the Jacobson Preserve at the foot of Black Rock near the Wenatchee Racket Club. The developer, Steve Trabb, spent the first 45 minutes of the meeting reading various letters and comments that were sent to the city of Wenatchee by concerned neighbors and addressed by a team of experts that Tramp assembled for that meeting. Opponents of the development are concerned about slope safety and erosion, as well as fire safety, water runoff, and the potential threats to mule deer habitat in that area. City is currently reviewing the plans. Tramp assured those in attendance last night that he would work with the city to address any concerns. He also left open the possibility of scheduling another public meeting to discuss those issues in the future. Also, fire crews put out a fire yesterday that broke out on the roof of the Fibro Corporation building at Old Station, just north of Wenatchee. The fire appears to have started in the building's HVAC system. The building, which is owned by Chelan County Port District, was vacant, according to port officials. The company had moved out of that building back in November. The port's Amy Pope says Fibro Corporation moved out of the building and that the port is currently looking for a new tenant. Fire crews quickly doused that fire within 20 to 30 minutes. Pope said the fire started during testing of the HVAC system, but the exact cause is still under investigation. Meanwhile, Grant County Sheriff's deputies are asking for your help finding 15-year-old James Friend, pictured here in a sheriff's office photo. Friend was last seen in his hometown of Marlin back on December 2nd. He has not spoken with his family or friends since then, nor has he communicated over social media. It's out of his character, according to the Sheriff's Department, to not be in touch with family or friends. It's unknown what he was wearing when he left. He has no other risk factors, according to the sheriff, which would explain why he's not been in touch with anyone. With information, if you have it, you can share that with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. They're asking for the public's help right now. You can call 762-1160, or you can send your information to crimetips@grantcountywa.gov, that website, and tipsters can remain anonymous. Well, the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife continues its investigation into 2 suspected wolf poaching incidents in northeast Washington. NCW Life's Grant Olson has more on that story.
One case involves the killing of a female wolf in Ferry County, whose carcass was found December 5th by department personnel about 15 miles southwest of Republic. The wolf had been wearing a radio collar attached by a wildlife biologist in 2016 when it was a member of the Profanity Peak Pack. Biologists said she was not associated with any pack when she was killed. Officials said the caller had stopped transmitting location data in early November. The second investigation stems from the discovery by hunters of a dead wolf on November 12th, that one about 10 miles southeast of Colville in Stevens County. That wolf, a breeding female, was discovered within the range of the Dirty Shirt pack and is presumed to be a member of that pack. Gray wolves are listed as endangered under state law throughout Washington, and a conservation group is offering a $10,000 reward for information leading to convictions in these cases. Grant Olson, NCW Life News.
And our news continues now on the education front. Career Connect NCW. It's a collaboration of organizations including Wenatchee School District. Received full funding of over $854,500 to support career-connected learning and youth-registered apprenticeships. The grant was awarded by Career Connect. It's a Washington statewide public-private partnership that was founded by Governor Jay Inslee. It supports career-connected learning in order to prepare the workforce with the 21st century skills that employers are seeking. The Career Connect NCW partnership includes organizations in Chelan, Douglas, Grant, Okanagan, and Adams counties. Chelan-Douglas County segment will receive $400,000, includes Wenatchee School District, SkillSource, WorkSource, Wenatchee Valley College, the Apple STEM Network, and Chelan County PUD as the business champion there. Well, the Eastmont School District and the Wenatchee Valley YMCA are exploring a new partnership to continue to provide student care for Eastmont students. This will be a continuation of the current before care, after care, non-school day care, and summer care for school-age children that Eastmont has provided for over 20 years. It'll now become a program of the YMCA using facilities at Cascade and Grant schools. The fees will be similar to what is currently offered, and participants will be able to continue to remain active and engaged during out-of-school time. We close out today. It's Christmas Spirit Week at Eastmont Schools. A couple of special visitors came to bring the holiday joy to the students. Jay Seebeck with NCW Life News was there to cover it.
Yesterday, at Eastmont School District's Lee Elementary, Mischief and Snowflake from the Reindeer Farms in Leavenworth came to visit the students to help them celebrate Christmas Spirit Week. The reindeer served as a fun learning experience to wrap up 2017. They were also a good way to get students excited for Christmas. The interactive display allowed the kids to pet the reindeer and learn about the breed's heritage. Students learned the difference between caribou and reindeer, which are part of the same 5 subspecies, with the names being different around the world. Students were also able to hold Snowflake's old horns from last year, as each year reindeer, both the male and female, grow new horns. Reindeer can run up to 50 miles per hour and can swim 1 mile in under 10 minutes. But the students learned one key separation between reindeer and caribou, and that is, reindeer can fly. I'm Jay Seebeck, NCW Life News.
Oh boy, great little story, Jay. Thanks a lot for that. You know, I've been following very closely, and my mind has been kind of, kind of distracted, with the fires that are going on in California and everything. Came across a picture on Facebook yesterday that kind of struck home for me.
In a literal sense.
It was shared by a cousin of mine, and this is a shot of Ventura, California, where the Thomas Fire continues to rage. And that fire now is over 238,000 acres, over 920 buildings lost in that fire. What you're seeing here are pictures of 2 homes there you can see standing together there in the light, and then there's another home to the left there just in the shadow. All 3 of those homes there in Ventura were built by my mother's grandfather.
Wow. Back
in the 20s, and they've survived now 3 major wildfires, so they're still standing. So good news, at least for the Hare and the Vork family.
That's good news.
So we're happy to see that, and unfortunate for those that have lost their homes down there, but so far so good in terms of my family and friends. So
they've had better conditions. The biggest thing that they've been dealing with is the winds, and the winds have calmed down considerably, but as we all know, and we're very familiar with it, wildfires and forest fires can create their own weather and their own winds. Yeah. And that's still something I'm concerned with.
25% contained now on this fire.
So, I personally am 27% contained. The news with Grant Olson comes your way at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 10 o'clock. any of those times, tune into the NCW Live channel, channel 12 on Local Tel, channel 19 on Charter Spectrum, and you will be caught up with everything that you need to know from North Central Washington and the Wenatchee Valley with Grant Olson. At the bottom of the screen, all the ways you can get a hold of us. You can email us directly. You can pick up the telephone and give us a call during regular business hours. You can go to our Facebook page and message us, or if you go to our website, ncwlife.com, you're going to really enjoy your browsing experience. We guarantee it, or double your browsing pleasure back. And you can click on the contact bar and contact us that way, Steve.
Good deal.
Good. All right. It is 20 minutes after the hour. Sports and the usual shenanigans that apply on this Thursday morning of Wake Up Wenatcheeville. When we come back, we're broadcasting live from Studio 4 in downtown Wenatchee on the NCW Live channel.
Ladies of the Wenatchee Valley, do you know the secret of receiving the perfect gift for your birthday, anniversary, or Christmas? We have the answer for you at Collins Fashions. Come in and fill out a wish list. You can choose from beautifully crafted jewelry, handbags, and luggage from Brighton, stylish wallets and handbags from Lotus, cozy sweaters from Icelandic, zip fleece from Tommy Bahama, fashions from Joseph Ribkop, and Collins gift cards. Our little elves can contact your loved ones and share your wish list. Complimentary gift wrap and amazing service at Collins Fashions in downtown Wenatchee.
When the time comes to propose, when you want to celebrate a birthday or an anniversary, when you want to mark a special milestone in someone's life, Clark's Jewelry has been providing quality jewelry at a fair price since 1977. Diamonds, gemstones, watches, necklaces, earrings, rings. Their professional staff will take the time and care to help you find the perfect piece of jewelry. Clark's Jewelry, always quality jewelry at a fair price.
And welcome back. 21 minutes after the hour, Thursday, 14th day of December. Let's find out what happened in the world of prep sports yesterday, Wednesday. To the Les Schwab prep scoreboard we go. Girls bowling, the Panthers, the Lady Panthers, hosted Ellensburg in a non-league affair at Eastmont Lanes. They picked up a 3-1 victory. Maddie Burrell and Holly Shipley were high bowlers for Wenatchee. They each bowled 150s. Prep calendar for today, girls basketball, Cashmere on the road at Okanagan. That's a Caribou Trail League game. That'll tip off at 5:45. Manson and Cascade play in Leavenworth in a non-league tilt at 6. Waterville-Mansfield will host Pateros also at 6. And boys basketball tonight, same schedule, just a little bit later in the day. Cashmere at Okanagan 7:15, Manson at Cascade at 7:30, Waterville-Mansfield hosts Pateros also at 7:30. These tip-off times are kind of loosey-goosey. Basically, the boys' games will start approximately 20 minutes after the conclusion of the girls' game, so those are estimated tip-off times. Boys swimming and diving. Wenatchee is on the road in Yakima, the gateway to Wapato. They'll take on Davis, swim time of 4 o'clock. And, of course, it's Thursday, and that means hockey night here. On the NCW Live channel tonight, we feature the Wenatchee Wilds game from last Wednesday at the Town Toyota Center against the Trail Smoke Eaters. It'll all start at 7 tonight with Call of the Wild. That's when the voice of the Wild, Art Checker, sits down with Coach Bliss Littler to talk about last week's games as well as the upcoming opponents this weekend. Littler admits it felt nice to come out strong against Trail last week.
I think in a lot of our minds, the 7-5 butt whooping we had up there November 1st, for me at least, and for our staff, it was still pretty fresh in our minds. So I was happy that we came out, and I thought we had a good effort. It was nice to score some goals against them.
Yeah, anytime you can put 7 up on the board, it's got to feel like things are churning in the right direction.
Also on Clarkie's Corner tonight, assistant coach Chris Clark sits down when we get to know Noah Kim.
Best subject in school?
My favorite?
What you're best at?
History.
All right, what's your favorite?
None of them.
PE?
Lunch.
Well, that's not an option. All right, let's get to know your teammates a little bit. Which of the high school kids is best academically?
Me.
You?
Yeah.
All right. Is that you being truthful?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's hockey night tonight starting at 7 on the NCW Live channel. Be sure to watch closely for a couple of special features during tonight's pregame show. The Wenatchee Wild players put together a little video inviting ladies out for ladies night. That's tomorrow night at the Town Toyota Center when they take on Salmon Arm. And you'll see a video promoting Saturday's teddy bear toss, maybe my favorite promotion of the entire year. And speaking of the Wild, of course, your friend of mine, Arch Ecker, will be in studio tomorrow here in Wake Up Wenatchee Valley to talk about the weekend series with Salmon seminar. Whenever Arch is on the show, almost anything can happen, and almost anything certainly will. 25 after the hour, just about on this Thursday. The obscure holiday of the day today on this December 14th is National Bouillabaisse Day. National Bouillabaisse Day. Of course, it's a kind of a fishy holiday. I trolled the internet to find out about the creator of this game, this particular day. Basically, bouillabaisse is any soup or stew that is fish-based. It should be white fillets. It's just a general thing. You can use cod or snapper or flounder or halibut. Halibut's my favorite. Sea bass works as well. All kinds of different fishes can go well. Fish makes a great stew and makes a great soup. And if you make a soup or a stew and you put fish in it, by definition, it's National Bouillabaisse. There isn't a restaurant in the Mediterranean that doesn't serve bouillabaisse. And it's also a great wintertime treat, although it's not quite winter. National Bouillabaisse Day is December 14th because we said so. We don't know who created the holiday. It still seems a little fishy to me. 25 after the hour, December 14th. Let's do Today in History. Whenever a new state joins the Union, we mention it, and we like to say, welcome to the Union, Alabama. Alabama joined the Union on this date in 1819, 198 years ago. We're not going to mention what happened between 1861 and 1865. We all know they eventually came back. Alabama joined the Union as the 22nd state. They're known as the Yellowhammer State. Yellowhammer is the state bird of Alabama. Alabama has 41 official state emblems and symbols, which is a lot. As we mentioned, remember when we talked about Indiana a few days ago? Indiana only has 12, which seems about right. Alabama has 41 official state emblems or symbols. And the Alabama Constitution is a fascinating document. It was ratified in 1901. And what they do in Alabama, instead of passing laws by the state legislature and having it signed by the governor, they pass amendments to their own constitutions. They have 800 amendments to the Alabama Constitution. It's the longest constitution in the world. It's 40 times the length of the United States Constitution. Alabama, a little advice, it's just easier just to pass laws instead of amending your Constitution. Welcome to the Union, Alabama, 198 years ago. 1911 was the year, 106 years ago. Roald Amundsen's team, comprising of himself, Olav Bachland, Helmer Hansen, Sverre Hassel, and Oscar Wisling, became the first people to reach the South Pole. That is it. There they are, on the South Pole. They're the first people ever to reach the South Pole. He wanted to be the first person to reach the North Pole. Somebody beat him to it, so he said, okay, well, let's go to the South Pole. And I'm quoting Roald Amundsen here, 106 years ago, December 14th, 1911. This is a direct quote. "It's really cold." They set up that tent there, and the reason it's right at the South Pole, and the reason they did so, because if they didn't make it back to base camp, they at least had a note that said, we were here first. First people ever to make it to the South Pole accomplished this feat 106 years ago today. And the last man to walk on the moon happened on this date 45 years ago, Eugene Cernan. Eugene Cernan passed away earlier this year. 45 years ago today, Eugene Cernan hopped back into the capsule and flew back to the orbiting thing, and by doing that, he became, and remains to this day, the last person ever to set foot on the moon. Now, the Russians are talking about maybe doing a moon landing just a couple of days ago. President Trump said we're going to go back to the moon. But until now, I mean, it's still 45 years later, the last person to walk on the moon. That's the guy right there, Eugene Cernan, when Apollo 17 left the lunar surface, and we haven't been back since. 28 minutes after the hour. What do you say we do some birthdays today? We got 3 celebrities. All of them, unfortunately, have passed away, including Aunt Bee. Frances Bavier was born on this date in 1902, passed away at the age of 86. Back in 1989, forever and ever will be known as Aunt Bee, Andy Griffith's aunt on The Andy Griffith Show. The Andy Griffith Show, the cast and the production crew all got along really well. They were a big family. There was one exception. That was Frances Bavier. She was she readily admitted long after the show went off the air that she was a difficult person to work with. She didn't much care for her character, ironically enough. The production staff said you had to be really careful around Frances Bavier. She was hard to communicate with. Andy Griffith on Larry King Live said a couple of months before Frances Bavier passed away, she called up Andy Griffith and said, you know, Andy, I'm sorry. I was not a very easy co-worker, and I apologize for that. She said I was difficult, and I understand that. She's still a great lady, and we miss her. Frances Bavier, born in the state of 1902. Spike Jones. Spike Jones was born in the state of 19 11, The Theater's Face, Cocktails for Two, Dance of the Hours, the Hawaiian War Chant, William Tell Overture. I loved Spike Jones music when I was a kid, and I still do. It's hilarious stuff. Spike Jones died at the age of 53. That's all he lived to in 1965. Throw on a Spike Jones record today. It'll lighten the load, trust me on that. And speaking of musicians, Charlie Rich, the Silver Fox. Very underrated singer and songwriter. Behind Closed Doors. The Most Beautiful Girl in the World. Life has its little ups and downs. Blues meets country. Nobody did it better than Charlie Rich. Great singer, great piano player, great songwriter. The Silver Fox, Charlie Rich, born in the state in 1932, passed away at the age of 62 back in 1995. Great musician. Wow, look at that. Isn't that pretty? That looks really neat. What is that? Throw that up full screen there, Kat. What are we looking at there? Oh, that's the monitor camera with it looks cool. That's about the only word I can think of. It does. It looks like Mars. It does. It looks like, apparently, we have breaking news. Mars is inhabited. We had no idea. That's the monitor camera looking towards Kashmir. Of course, about a half an hour ago when we first threw that out, it was completely dark, but that looks kind of neat, doesn't it? Man, I love where we live. And I love our local businesses, and I always make it a point to shop local. And we're talking about this all during the holiday season. Today we want to talk about Praise Fruit Barn. Just before you head into Leavenworth, on the left-hand side of the highway, you'll see the huge, ginormous American flag. That is Praise Fruit Barn. Pull inside. It's warm inside. They got heat. Open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5:30, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 8 to 6. Homegrown fruit in cold storage. They got honey, they got ciders, specialty foods, great gifts, one-of-a-kind gifts. Dilly Dally is there. It's a little corner full of gifts that you're not going to find anywhere else. For your out-of-town friends and your out-of-town relatives who might not be able to make it to the Wenatchee Valley for the Christmas holiday, you'll make a point to stop to Praise Fruit Barn because you're going to find gifts there that you're not going to find anywhere else. Praise Fruit Barn. On your way into Leavenworth, pull in, say hi. They're great people. They'd love to see you. Praise Fruit Barn, a must-stop for your holiday shopping season. And don't forget about the Les Schwab Community Toy Drive. Boy, this is going great. We didn't know. We got together with Les Schwab and the area businesses and said, let's take a run at this and see what happens. And by golly, the folks in North Central Washington have responded in an amazing way. We've got rooms full of gifts, and we want to keep that momentum going. As I mentioned over the last couple of days, we got a lot of gifts for toddlers, up to about 7th or 8th grade. And from 8th grade on, for that slightly older demographic, we need a few more toys like that. And if you don't know what exactly an 8th or 9th or 10th grader may want, there is a list, and it looks like this. 2 ways to do it. You can cut it right out of the Wenatchee World, like I did. Or you can just go to their Facebook page. Just go to your Facebook search bar and type in Les Schwab Community Toy Drive, and it'll pop back up. Buy that new unwrapped toy and put it in the box. Either Les Schwab location, our studios here, Country 104.7, Sangster Motors, Works, the Wenatchee World, Columbia Valley Community Health, of course, Hooked on Toys, and let's fill up those boxes. And the Wenatchee Wild Games this weekend. Bring a new unwrapped toy to either Wenatchee Wild Game on either Friday or Saturday, and we will make sure they will get them, and we will distribute them, by the way, next week. I feel so good about this. I got the warm fuzzies. I really do. I'm all full of sweetness. I think I'm getting diabetes. 33 minutes after the hour, everyone is entitled to Mike Magnotti's opinion, and then your friend of mine, Tom Nees, the Executive Director of Serve Wenatchee Valley, will be in this studio in 5 short minutes. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
This is the NCW Life Community Calendar brought to you by Local Tel Communications. December 15 and 16 is the Magical Strings Celtic Yuletide Concert at the Snowy Owl Theater in Leavenworth. Come for a festive time of music, dance, and storytelling. Join in on the fun at the 2017 Leavenworth Christmas Bird Count on Saturday, December 16. Birders will be assigned a route and meet their leader at a designated area. For more information and other community events, visit ncwlife.com.
Alone, it can be hard to reach our dreams. It can feel like you aren't welcome anywhere. When no one's there to clap, taking on the world by yourself. But when we come together, when we lend a helping hand, when we set the stage, When you support causes you care about in your community, lives are changed. You make a difference in someone's life when you give. Imagine the impact if everyone in our community gave 10%. 10% makes a difference.
Do you have what it takes to succeed at Charter College and in a new career? You do if you're a Charter type. Charter types are driven. Charter types are team players. Charter types stay positive when things get tough. Charter College isn't for everyone, but if you're ready to work in order to change your life, you're just our type. Charter College, we work to get you to work.
Hi, I'm Cordell Schroeder, owner of East Wenatchee Mobile Storage.
If you're thinking about making a move anytime soon, check out the East Wenatchee Mini Storage brand new mobile storage service. They drop it off at your location, you pack it, and they pick it up and store it in their protected warehouse at East Wenatchee for as long as you need. When you're ready, they'll drop it off at your new home or office. East Wenatchee Mini Storage is excited to offer this brand new service to our region.
Call 509-884-8643 or find us on the web at ewministorage.com.
SkillSource specializes in assessing and guiding youth, adults, and laid-off workers who want to improve their skills. Here you can attend in-depth workshops to assess skills and interests, make career plans, and learn computer basics.
Learning centers provide eligible youth and adults individualized computer-assisted basic education. Vocational training is arranged with approved providers like community colleges or on the job with businesses.
Don't wait any longer. Let's get working on the future you've been dreaming about.
Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Again, I've been thinking about this issue of Christian men not wanting to be alone with any woman not his wife. Well, think about it. Can we just realize how disrespectful this is to all women, that this kind of thinking is? I mean, do these guys really think that there's some woman out there or any woman out there is ready to prey on them just for the heck of it? And even if such women did exist, can't you behave yourself? And by the way, if you run into my wife in an elevator, don't worry, she's safe. I mean, why should she even think about hamburger when she got steak at home? This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Family means something in these parts. Family owned and operated means even more. At Rose Tractor, you're buying more than a product. You're buying years of knowledge through multiple generations. It means you can count on Rose for quality products, quality repairs, and folks who stand behind the products they sell. From your job site to your home to rentals and repairs to new outdoor power equipment, Rose Tractor is growing with you throughout the years. Rose Tractor, quality brands you can trust year after year.
Hi, I'm Lonnie Boucher, attorney and owner of EstateEdge.com. If you found yourself incapacitated, do you have a durable power of attorney for financial and healthcare needs? A durable power of attorney allows you to nominate a person, an agent, to act for you and make decisions if you are unable to do so yourself. EstateEdge.com is your online resource to obtain these and other estate planning documents. For your protection and peace of mind, go to EstateEdge.com today.
If you're stuck trying to find the perfect beer for you, look no further than Badger Mountain Brewing. We specialize in creating tantalizing craft beers that will soothe any picky taste buds and will satisfy your cravings. Check out everything from our amazing honey blonde that will appease even the most finicky taster, or a delicious frothy stout for dark beer lovers. Experience them all at Badger Mountain Brewing.
Having a relationship with your pediatrician is so important. Feeling that sense of trust, that is priceless. I tell everybody about CBCH. I love it there. When I make an appointment, I don't have to take an entire day off. As a working mom, my life is really busy. Family time is everything. That's what we all work towards. And I feel like CBCH respects that.
And welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on this Thursday, the 14th day of December 2017. I am Dan Coons. My host is the pride of North Dakota, or which is roughly the equivalent of being the greatest ice skater in Ecuador. I'm kidding. I love this man. Tom Nees, Executive Director of Serve Wenatchee Valley. How are you?
Great to be with you today. I'm doing well.
The Lord seems to be shining on you. Look at that. Yeah. Look at your backdrop.
Isn't that lovely?
Yeah, look at that. This before Tom was playing with the Magic 8 Ball before he went on the air. How will the interview with Tom Nees go on today's program? Outlook good. All
Excellent.
Right. Let's get to it.
Mine said don't count on it. I'm not sure what answer that will be somewhere during our chat.
We'll do it at the end, too.
Okay.
How's that sound? Last time you and I had any lengthy conversation was a Night in a Box. Had a nice little interview with you. How did it go?
That was a great opportunity. And it just was to be able to interact with the community in a great event that really tells a story. And I love stepping into the story of the lighthouse and the folks that they're able to serve. And so it was it was a good event.
And that was your first Night in a Box as Executive Director of Serve Wenatchee Valley, wasn't it?
That it was.
So, and you didn't get pneumonia, and that's good.
No, that was good.
Yeah, and the weather was actually pretty good, all things considered.
It was decent. There was no, it was cool, but no moisture of any kind. There's a little bit of a hint that we were a little nervous there in the evening, but no snow, no rain.
And then you turned right around and did your baskets of blessings.
We did. Yeah.
How did we do?
We did just amazing. This community continues to just be incredibly generous. We were able to distribute food baskets to 450 families on the day of the event. We partnered with the Lighthouse. Lighthouse came alongside of us and helped provide about 50 of those baskets for the smaller families. And then additionally, as is always with a Serve Wenatchee event like that, we always have carryover that we're able to serve families after the distribution. So Tuesday night we distributed about 400 baskets. The next day, probably close to 100 more.
Wow, so 500 in total.
Pretty close to that, yeah.
That's an impressive number. That's a lot of food. Did you get who helped you out as far as getting the food? I mean, did you have a nice deal with some local supermarkets?
Yeah,
and things like that?
We did. Grocery Outlet in Wenatchee is a major, supporter of that. T-Sales in East Wenatchee, we got some food from them as well. And so, yeah, the community businesses and individuals were amazing.
Logistically, did you just have like a big assembly line, a bunch of volunteers and a long table, and you went down the table? How did that work?
We did. We set up at First Assembly Church up on McKittrick.
That's a big church.
And we take over their gym, and we had 400 baskets that are out on the ground, and we had assembly lines and folks coming, and the families that were invited in that waited patiently out in the lobby area and then made their way through, and we did both traditional baskets and Hispanic, kind of flavored baskets, and they sign up for those ahead of time. So great amount of volunteerism to come and serve, and then we help carry them out to the car with them, to help get in their car. And so yeah, it's wonderful to have been able to have 450, 500 families celebrate Thanksgiving with a good meal in their home.
And that's exactly what you should be able to do. Yeah. No question about it. So that was then. Now it's the Les Schwab Community Toy Drive. You are one of the 4 organizations that are going to be getting a bunch of toys.
Wow.
How did you get in? I mean, did we come to you? You have to fill in some blanks for me. I don't know. Did we come to you, Tom, or did you come to us?
It really, they were planning this early, and they had folks that were part of it that were kind of doing the planning and making suggestions of organizations that they were aware of. And my understanding is a gentleman named Jeff made a suggestion of Serve Wenatchee Valley, knew of who we were and what we do in the community, and made that suggestion. And so that's kind of how that came about.
And now it's on. And how many? Do you have any idea how many families are going to be benefiting from this, from your distribution of the toys?
So our program, we adopt about 70 families, and that would represent almost 200 children. So we adopt them, we invite them in to participate in what we call the Glory of Christmas. We do life skills classes, and so to be a participant in this, they come to life skills classes, which were really exciting. We did a couple of different things this year. We had a YMCA class on health and wellness. We had a CPR class where they were able to come in and leave with a certificate, CPR certificate. We had conflict resolution, parenting classes, food handlers class to be able to go then and get their certificate for food handlers. And so then they come to the Glory Center and are able to come through. So yeah, about 70 families, 200 plus kids. And again, as I said about our Baskets of Blessing, next week, with whatever the overflow is, which there will be overflow, we are able to serve families on a one-on-one basis out of our office. And so it's a great opportunity to just invite folks to come and participate in this and offer dignity and blessing to some families that wouldn't otherwise be able to celebrate the way perhaps you and I do.
And that's the that's the key word there, and you said it, dignity with a capital D.
Yep.
It's important.
That's for sure.
Terribly important.
There's moments of time where this event, and I've heard stories of it, where they look back at this event and it became this remembrance of something that was encouraging to move down. You know, the toy under the tree is an amazing blessing, and it feels good to be able to give it. But there are folks that look back at this moment of receiving this that became life-changing.
Wow.
And that's what fires me up.
Well, I can tell. Just looking at you, Tom, you can tell that. How are the families chosen? Do they simply sign up? Is there a vetting process so you know that the family actually needs Serve Wenatchee Valley's help, as opposed to somebody who says, I'm too darn lazy, I have plenty of money, but I don't want to go shopping? How do you determine that?
We have the selection processes through our office and through our staff. And, again, Serve Wenatchee just doesn't operate at Thanksgiving or at Christmas. We are, here throughout the year, and so we know the families that are particularly struggling right now. We know their story because we've interacted with them in the past. Sometimes our local churches that we're partners with will make a suggestion to us, and we take that, suggestion into account as well. And so we do build up our family participants out of those clients or the families that we serve on a regular basis is kind of how they come to us. Now, every once in a while, there will be a new family. We've served over 350 new families this year. So if you do the math, that's almost one family a day that are brand new to Serve Wenatchee, that are struggling and facing overwhelming circumstances. So some of those families are new, but they've been introduced to us through our office and coming through for other kinds of help.
I had Lisa Abel on from Bruce Transitional Housing a couple of days ago, and she said this is the time of year during the holiday season where people are a little looser with their checkbook, and they're definitely in the giving mood, as they should be year round. And she says we take some of that as seed money for the summertime, because summertime we really have to stretch our budget.
Yes.
Because we kind of fall off people's radar in the summertime. People are out doing whatever it is, and they don't really have Bruce Transitional Housing in the front of their mind. Does Serve Wenatchee Valley go through the same thing? Do you get some money and you put in seed money for?
We do. We receive. We have a year-end funding campaign here that we're looking to be able to take care of those needs, which there is an increase, in need this time of year. There just inevitably is, but it is seed money for the coming. We've got a lot of regular supporters. Serve Wenatchee Valley is 100% donor supported.
Yeah, you don't get a single check from any governmental agency.
No, we don't. And so we're businesses, communities, churches, individuals are very generous in this community and allow us to function. But that is true. There is a particular generosity that takes place here at this season. I think we call it the spirit of Christmas, and I think there's some genuine to that.
There's no question about it.
But the ongoing, spirit of Christmas that needs to carry on throughout the rest of the year, then this helps provide that.
Tom Nees is our guest. He's the Executive Director of Serve Wenatchee Valley. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about the glory of Christmas and how you can be involved and what Tom and Serve Wenatchee Valley may be up to for 2018. All that and more when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, live from Studio One in downtown Wenatchee. We'll be right back.
I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCW Life channel.
I'm Eric Grandstrom with NCW Life Sports.
I'm NCW Life News Director Steve Hare.
Catch us on Local Tel Channel 12.
You can watch us on Charter Channel 19 or stream us live on ncwlife.com.
Follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook.
Where we cover the local high schools, the Wenatchee Wild, and the pro teams out of Seattle.
On Saturday, we have a 90% chance of rain.
Catch it all right here on the NCW Life channel.
Winter weather has arrived in the Wenatchee Valley, and it's no fun to be stuck outside in the cold, and your dog or cat don't appreciate it either. Paws and Claws Veterinarian Hospital would like to remind you that your pet is susceptible to hypothermia and frostbite just like you. After going outside, wipe off their paws to prevent them from licking de-icer or antifreeze. Dr. Shauna Baez and her staff care about your pets. If your pet needs medical attention, call 888-PAWS or find them on 4th and Nile in East Wenatchee.
And we are back with Tom Nees, the Executive Director of Sir Wenatchee Valley. You've had this gig for just about a half a year now. I mean, you kind of shadowed Bob Shepard for a while before you actually
just started August 1 though.
August 1.
So not quite a half a year.
Okay. You inherited, first of all, you had to replace Bob Shepard, whose shoes were about that big. And you've
he
done
sits
so
taller in his chair too.
You've done so admirably, but you also inherited a really good staff, didn't you?
Oh yes. Yeah, we've got an amazing staff. Program Director Jeremy Payton and Teresa Craig, Office Administrator that helps make things run, and then Kathy Oakes serving as the Clearinghouse Coordinator.
And what exactly does the Clearinghouse Coordinator do? That's an interesting job title.
Well, she is a networker extraordinaire. She is able, Kathy is able to navigate through some things that are amazing to provide help for families. You know, you've heard the statement before, give a man a fish, he eats for a day. Teach a man to fish, he eats for a lifetime. The question is, who owns the pond? And that to me, Kathy knows who owns the pond. And she's able to go to the right places to be able to find the fish, to be able to eat for a lifetime. And that to me is truly amazing.
Does every family who comes to you, you said almost one a day, which is the ratio is just...
Well, that's new.
That's new. So every family has different issues. I mean, I know it's a big net, but still every family comes in with a slightly uniquely different circumstances, don't they?
Very much so. And we've got an elderly gentleman and his wife right now that are having to move out of a house they've been in for 25 years because the house that they're living in sold. They've been renting it, it's part of a property that's been there. And now a home for an 80-plus-year-old man and his wife trying to navigate through that and find resources in a place.
In a tight housing market, and they're renters, I can see the challenges there.
So that's one unique circumstance. You've got other, unique circumstances that come along, but every story is different, and that, again, is the beauty of, I think, what I've observed as the heartbeat of Sir Wenatchee is that clearinghouse, because we have the opportunity to meet with folks and to sit down and talk to them and detangle some things that are going on and assist them in a deeper way. That really is the heartbeat of Sir Wenatchee, is certainly mine, is to help deep into the lives of families, as opposed to just an inch deep and a mile wide.
Kathy does remarkable work. Your whole staff does remarkable work. They really do. Christmas, the program. I'm sorry, I just drew my blank. Help me out. What's it called?
Glory of Christmas.
Glory of Christmas. Walk us through that. I know it's.
It's a great. Again, the families will participate in classes. All of them have. This evening, and then tomorrow we have 3 different sessions. The families will come in without their children. They enter into the Glory Center welcomed with great hospitality, and they go through the opportunity to make a craft, and so they'll be able to sit down and make, do a craft to be able to take home with them. They then go through the shopping area, and they're able to select and essentially shop for their children. They get a couple of things for for each kid, three things for each one of the kids. They go out, and then there's a wrapping center, and they're able to wrap their own gifts, and then we help kind of bag those up in a bag for them, carry them to the car. We have also got food baskets that we offer to each one of the families as well that come from this community to be able to just give them a meal at home at Christmas. And so that's kind of the way that the path works for families.
Can anybody get involved? I mean, you go to the website and sign up, or do you need volunteers?
You can go to the website and sign up. You know, one of the things that we're kind of a little bit short of, I would say right now, possibly, is in the wrapping area. But it's a great opportunity to come and help families and interact with them to help get some gifts wrapped, and then carrying those out to the car. That may be one volunteer area that we're short on right now.
Back to the Les Schwab Community Toy Drive, as I mentioned during the newscast, it's going fantastically. Thank you, Wenatchee Valley, just insanely good. You mentioned about 100 kids are going to be benefiting from the toys that we've been gathering over the last.
For Wenatchee Valley?
For Wenatchee Valley.
It will be, there's 200 that are connected through our program, and then next week, I'm guessing it's probably going to end up 250 to 300 kids will be benefited through this toy drive and other toy drives that are participants in this through the community.
Any particular kind of toy or age group that as you look as the rooms begin to fill up with the donated toys from this wonderful community that you would like to see a little bit more of? We've talked about we have a little bit of a shortage 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade kind of gifts as opposed to the younger kids.
Younger kids are a little bit easier. Older kids that I've had 5 kids that are a little more opinionated, and so those gifts that are probably the age group of 10 to 15, is probably a good gift to think of. And of course, gift cards are a great way to give as well. You know, when you don't know, to be able to offer a gift card, and that is an option that some people have taken with this toy drive. Instead of getting the toy, to be able to give a gift card, that's another way that they can.
Yeah, especially for the younger teenagers who just say, just give me the money, I'll go get what I want, right? There is a checklist, by the way, and I have it right here, and this is available in the Wenatchee World and also on the Facebook page, the Les Schwab Community Toy Drive Facebook page. And it has a specific list of what we're looking for 7th to 8th grade, 8th grade and higher, that kind of stuff, what they might be looking for. And little things. Cosmetics are okay for young teenage girls, things like that. Things you might not think about for Christmas gifts are always a good idea. And to that end, Tom, and getting back to Serve Wenatchee Valley, how do you do for the stuff that we take for granted every day? Paper towels, dishes, bar soap, toilet paper, that kind of stuff. Is that you deal with that too, right?
We do. We've got a number of food banks in the community, and 2 of those are non-food banks, and so they are paper product hygiene.
Diapers.
Diapers. Yes. We've got a couple of places where partner with us with diapers, and so those are regular, everyday, things beyond Christmas that are serving our community beyond that.
I haven't bought diapers in forever, and I was going down the aisle of a grocery store the other day, and I was amazed about how expensive diapers are.
They are. And again, if Serve Wenatchee's goal is to keep families in their homes, to prevent homelessness, and if we can offer some of these things to free up that cash to make the utility payment, to make the rent payment in the midst of crisis, that frees up to be able to do that. And so we do serve regularly that.
Tom, we got about 30 seconds left. 2018, what's in the hopper?
We are going to continue to be really developmental about what we do. Again, back to who owns the pond. What can we do to dig deep into the lives of families and to serve them in a deeper level? So job opportunities to be able to help facilitate that, and just more digging deep into the lives of people.
If I don't see you, Merry Christmas to you, my friend.
Merry Christmas. Thank you for the opportunity.
Anytime, Tom. You have an open invitation. Anytime you want to come by. Unfortunately, so does Art Checker. He'll be here tomorrow. Have a great day. Don't play with that. Bye-bye.